How you doing, everybody? I'm Big D. Checking into, let's see, connection's good. Audio is good, unless someone tells me something different. I'm Big D. Welcome to my show, The Boiling Point. We're lucky to have John back. He's going to be sitting in as our guest. Topic today is going to be about immigration. I'm going to say that you're probably going to be shocked with some of this. Beforehand, we got a little off-topic Instagram I wanted to share. So before we get into it, I'll bring John in.
Hey everybody, how you doing? What's up, Big D?
How you doing?
All right, I'm hanging in there with the rest of us.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
All right, I'm going to go right into the first. Before we get into the topic, I wanted something to share. So here we go.
Being told that Obama has polled donors. This is Barack Obama for his wife, and that the plan is around May, Joe Biden announces he's not running. This will that allow the August convention for Michelle to get nominated at the August convention. That they don't want to do it any earlier than May because it would make Joe Biden a lame duck. But sometime between May and August, Mrs. Obama will become the nominee, that she will be subbed in. Can't imagine an answer from top Democratic donors to that question other than, we feel great about that. Please have her do that. I mean, it would be a total game changer, Rich. It would be a total game changer. Reportedly,
I don't know. For the Democrats to swap Joe Biden for Michelle or a Michael Obama, it's I don't know who's worse. I mean, someone who has no experience, but her husband's backing, or his experience, however you want to put it. I don't know. You got it? What do you got? You got any comments, John?
Well, that would be a disaster.
I think for them, yeah.
Oh my goodness, no way. Well, I thought I heard many reports that she has no interest in doing that. I thought she said that publicly, that she has no interest in running for office.
Yeah, but so didn't I think it was DeSantis. Oh no, I can't do that, blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden he was trying.
I mean, now that they got their little movie company going there.
Yeah, that's funny.
You know what I mean? She don't need why would she want to?
And who Democrats definitely don't want is Kennedy. I'd like to see that Kennedy go in. He's definitely someone who seems like he's honest.
Yeah, but they don't, like you said, they don't. They're not interested in him.
They can't control him. No way.
Nah. Yeah, he's a force. I mean, they don't even talk about him. Barely. You hear barely anything about him.
Yeah, no.
Crazy. And you would think that they would, that there would at least be a split of some type. I mean, what's his percentage? It's not very much. It's not very high as far as polling concerns. Probably in the teens, I would think, or less than that. Probably less than that, I would imagine. But yeah, we don't want her in there, or him, or whatever.
That's hilarious. I mean, when the truth if it ever does come out, I remember, can't remember the comedian. She's an older lady. She actually passed away shortly after making the statement that everybody knows Michelle's a man.
Yeah, I mean,
Joyce, I can't remember what her name was.
I'm as much as I can figure out problems and stuff. I stink at remembering names. Actors' names, dates, phone numbers. I'm no good at that stuff, but I know you're talking about. And she passed away, right? But in that
Yes. Yeah.
within a week. of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. She went in for some normal, more plastic surgery, and
Right. Now that's interesting. How come everyone that opens up their mouth seems to kick the bucket?
exactly.
Uh,
All
I don't
right.
know. Is that a conspiracy? I don't know.
Oh no. I think that was true.
Well.
So Bill Maher slams Biden for claiming he needs additional powers to secure the border, which he already has all the power he needs, in my opinion. And many politicians talk about the same thing. You don't need any more. It was already secure way before he even took office. Many of the past presidents talked about a secure border, but they never did nothing about it. They never built a wall. And then all of a sudden the wall doesn't work, but they can put it around their little palace on, Biden's area in by the ocean, They got a nice little mini wall going around that.
Absolutely.
If they didn't work, why would you spend all the money? So Bill Maher tore into Joe Biden during his show for claiming that he needs additional powers of any kind in order to secure the border. Naturally, Maher had criticism for the Republicans as well, saying that they want to run on with the issue and for 2024. But even if that's true, so what? It's a valid issue to run on. No one is happy about what's happening at the border, except for the Democrats and some of the Republicans, the rhinos. Why do they want an open border? I don't know. Maybe new votes. Maybe they got their hands in the trafficking of everything that's coming through. Maybe allowing even terrorists to come through. They catch terrorists coming through all the time. You don't hear about it in the mainstream media, but you hear reports about them. You hear reports about trafficking as well. How many people have been arrested, and there's a shootout, or there's always something. But you got to look into it. It's not something that you're going to find without maybe looking at some of the local Texas news or some of the other border news, like Arizona or even Mexico. Sometimes you look into Mexico news, especially the larger cities. That type of news comes out.
Yeah, it always seems like other countries know more about what's going on in this country than we do.
Oh yeah, there's no way. Like a lot of my news about what is really going on in this country, I have to look into Australia and some of the other countries.
Yeah,
I mean, is it true? But I believe them more than our media.
right. That's how they keep us disconnected.
Yeah.
That's the control mechanism.
Okay, next topic. Well, it's same topic, but moving on. Republican Congressman and former Navy SEAL Morgan Luttrell introduces a bill to allow use of forces, which is the National Guard, for dangerous encounters with armed illegals at the border. Let's see. The legislation would authorize the National Guard to escalate force as necessary to repel an armed individual attempting to the United States border from Mexico. Well, the open border has become very dangerous for civilians as well as for those defending it. An estimated 11 million illegals have entered the U.S. in the last 3 years under Joe Biden. That's not a lot. Yeah, the open border has also prompted major concerns of terrorists entering the United States. Now, the bill is a major step forward in order to secure. However, until the federal government secures the border, the invasion will continue. What do you think, John? Any comment on that?
You know, with that many people coming in, and you don't know, you're missing most of them. Some are getting through. They're telling you this is happening. They're telling you people are getting through. Don't they think something's going to happen at some point, somewhere down the line?
Definitely got to happen.
I mean, the odds, is it going to be a big thing? Is it going to be isolated to a certain part of the country? Is it going to be a city? Is it, or is there a way for them to just like, make a phone call with these free phones that they're getting or something so that everyone knows act now or we're setting ourselves up for another 9/11 is what we're doing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And they're supposed to be there to protect that from happening. Okay. So if they're telling you it possibly could happen and they're telling you people are getting away at the border and we don't know where they're at, and they're telling you something is going to happen. That's the way I get it. That's how I'm understanding it. But they're not doing what they should do. Or maybe they are and we don't know about that. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're making it look like that border is big chaos and when it really isn't. I can't imagine them tracking 500,000 people or a million people that come in here.
Yep,
the resources and to do that, to track these people in case they decide to do something. Could you imagine what that must be like if you had to do that?
Exactly.
People. So I don't even think they're doing that. They might be doing security things like they've been doing, since 9/11, like tracking certain keywords and phone conversations and texts and stuff like that. But if you're a bad guy and you're thinking about doing something, to a group of people or a building or something, they learned they learned how to get around that. There's a new scam or something, new way of them communicating that they're not going to use the same ways they communicated before. They have something else in mind, some other secret code or whatever it is. It's frightening. It really is. It really is.
Yeah, the criminals have the best technology.
Right. I mean,
look how they can scam someone or scam a ATM machine,
Oh yeah, it happened right up the street from me.
And what's an ITM machine? Do you have any idea?
ITM?
Yeah, an ATM is you pull up, like with your credit card and you get money out. You have money in a bank and you pull it out that way. I went by something that's a brand new bank going in, and it doesn't say ATM. It says ITM. I wonder what else it's going to offer. Is it going to offer the same thing? You're going to have your money in there. You're going to be able to pull money out. But what's an ITM going to offer?
Unless it stands for international or immigrant.
Yeah. Speaking about immigrants getting money out.
Yeah. If you're an immigrant, you got to go to this ATM.
Yeah, right.
You have to go to the ITM.
Get your money.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Free money.
Speaking of free money.
I don't have any free money.
All you gotta do is go back down into Florida and walk back across.
Yeah, I was thinking about going down to Texas or hit Arizona. And I was thinking I never seen California, so let me go down to Southern California. That's really nice. Go into the Bayou there and come back up. I could pass.
Baja California, yeah.
What's up, SA? I'm here for the free phones.
No habla. So 50 Cent hints he will support Trump following New York's $53 million prepaid credit card initiative for illegal immigrants. So maybe that's what that's for, the ITM.
Yeah.
Let's see. Curtis James Jackson III, better known as 50 Cent, took to social media to voice his confusion and apparent frustration over a new initiative launched by Mayor Eric Adams' administration. The rapper that, with nearly 13 million followers on Twitter and a staggering 31 million on Instagram, hinted to support former President Donald Trump in his recent Instagram post. Well, the controversial $53 million plot program in question aims to support illegal immigrant families residing in New York City by providing them the direct financial assistance. Under the initiative, eligible households will receive debit cards loaded with funds varying according to the family size and income. They're not working, so they're not going to have any income. A family of 4 could receive $1,000 a month, reloaded every 28 days. While the program starts with 500 individuals, it could expand to include the estimated 15,000 illegal immigrants currently housed in city hotels. This move by the Adams administration has prompted a heated debate over the use of city funds and ethics and prioritizing of resources. I can see why 50 Cent would be having an issue, especially when someone like him residing in New York City, I believe, his taxes go to that. And how much it is just to cross a bridge now, it's like $15 each way.
Right.
Or a tunnel, going in a tunnel.
Well, I think 50 Cent's going to have a little hard time when the RV comes around because he'll be called negative $1.50.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just crazy. What's given to them? I mean, I've said this in a past show that insurance for a family, health insurance wise, that covers major medical, that covers office visits, pharmaceuticals, dental, eyeglass, all that stuff. It is doubled per paycheck. It used to go up $25, $30 maybe per paycheck. Well, we must know now where it's going. The undeserving, that's where it's going.
It's just not sustainable. How can you can't continue to do this? You just can't.
Yeah, that's what socialism is, give away, but they got to have certain people making sure that they're working. Don't take a day off because these people depend on you.
Yeah, right. Unreal.
So, looks like a trucker convoy arrives at the U.S.-Mexican border amid calls for stronger security measures. We the people take our borders back. Convoy, a significant movement advocating for stricter border control in the United States, reached its final destination along the U.S.-Mexican border. This is about a week ago when it happened, when they arrived in the U.S.-Mexican border. After a cross-country journey that began in Virginia Beach, Virginia, the convoy is set to conclude with its rallies in 3 border states, California, Arizona, and Texas. The multiple-day event, drawing participants from across the nation, including both East and West Coasts, aimed to highlight concerns over border security and immigration policy in the United States over the Biden regime. Calling all active and retired law enforcement and military, veterans, mama bears, election officials, business owners, ranchers, truckers, bikers, media, law-abiding, freedom-loving Americans. The time is now for the people to peacefully assemble in honor of our constitutional rights to call on our government to take action and secure our borders. Make your votes heard, America. they're looking for more people, and I'm not sure how long they're going to be down there. I know it says 3 days, but I heard it's still ongoing in some of the heavier areas, like where in Texas, where there's a major crossing. Let's see if I can pull up this video. I haven't seen it yet, so. Let's pull it up in full screen. It's impressive when people take their own time, their own money to go down and protest something like this, which is, to me, very patriotic.
Absolutely. Look at that. Wow. I didn't see that.
It's amazing. To get together, some people are like, well, how are you going to get together and have a civil war? Well, I'll tell you what, for just a protest like this, and it's a peaceful, I didn't hear anything that was out of hand. I can just imagine the amount of people that they could really get together if something happened.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, here you are. They're going down there, and they're, trying to make a statement basically to their own government, and to do something. That's basically what that's all about. And still nothing. No. At the very least, enforce the laws that are in place. That's it. If you at least did that.
Exactly, yeah.
I have to close my studio door here. Someone's I don't know if it's going to help. Someone's running the vacuum cleaner.
Oh, right.
Hold on.
All right, I got a couple of videos to share. Wait for John to come back.
I don't know if that helped or not, but hopefully you guys can't hear it. You hear a buzzing sound, it's just someone cleaning.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I can't hear anything.
All right, then it's good.
Cindy says, hello. Hello, Cindy. Hope you're going to be with us for the duration, and you can make some comments, and we can talk about it.
Hi, Cindy.
Here we go. This is interesting.
So Nancy Pelosi just said there's no question that Democrats have always been for securing the border. Watch.
The president has put forth over $10 billion to assist at the border. We've always been for controlling our border, for securing the border. There's never been a question about that.
I find that really interesting because I remember back in 2018 when Pelosi and Chuck Schumer argued with Donald Trump about securing the border.
If we don't get what we want, one way or the other, whether it's through you, through a military, through anything you want to call, I will shut down the government.
Okay,
Absolutely. And I am proud, and I'll tell you what, I am proud to shut down the government for border security, Chuck, because the people of this country don't want criminals and people that have lots of problems and drugs pouring into our country. So I will take the mantle. I will be the one to shut it down. I'm not going to blame you for it. The last time you shut it down, it didn't work. I will take the mantle of shutting down. And I'm going to shut it down for border.
But we believe you should. Trump ended up shutting the government down because Pelosi and Schumer wouldn't help allocate $5.7 billion for a border wall, saying it was too expensive. Trump ended up securing the border, and he had the lowest illegal immigration on the U.S.-Mexican border in 20 years. Fast forward 4 years later, and Joe Biden's administration has directed more than $75 billion to protect Ukraine's borders, and migrant encounters and crossings at the southern border are at an all-time high. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Just crazy.
Yeah, I remember when that happened. That was really good. Chuck was real nervous and
Wouldn't even look him in the eye.
he wanted to get out of here. Chucky and Nancy, I don't know about them. I think Nancy's an alien, but not like an evil alien. She's like from outer space or something. No, seriously, and I'm not. I don't like talking bad about people, but you ever watch how she makes her fist? Like I can't even do it. It's almost she does
Oh.
something with her middle fingers. Watch that.
I never noticed that.
Oh my God, it's like a lizard or something. I think she's a lizard. She's a
I remember how she
reptilian.
clapped. It was a weird,
She's a reptilian, and I don't know what Chuck is.
he's just a big little girl because he wouldn't look him in the eyes. I think he was scared to death.
Absolutely. And he wanted during that. They didn't show that part, but Chuck said we should be having these conversations. Not
Oh yeah.
not publicly. Trump wasn't having none of that.
Nope. Here we have South Dakota governor. She's at the border in support of Texas Governor Abbott. Matter of fact, there's many governors that are in support of Governor Abbott with protecting their sovereignty, and they're also their people, and they should be. Let me pull that up.
Is threatening our state sovereignty. And if he does federalize the National Guard, the Texas National Guard, that'll be unprecedented. That is actually activating federal guard and telling them to stand down and not protect the United States. I don't think we've ever had soldiers activated and told that they were being activated so that they would not protect and defend the United States of America. So we're in unprecedented times, and I'm incredibly proud of the men and women that are here on this border today, making sure that they're trying to slow down this invasion. So what Joe Biden is doing is threatening our states.
It's just crazy for this to be happening, and our president allowing the opposite of securing our border. That alone should be reason to use the 25th Amendment to remove Joe Biden.
And everyone's worried about the southern border. How about them stories coming out of Canada that there's Chinese military training in Canada somewhere?
Yeah, they for underground. They're training for underground military maneuvers or something, and that means tunnels. I mean, we have tunnels throughout the world. I mean, they're finding what was it? Just 2 weeks ago in New York City, the things that they were finding in those tunnels.
Right.
We just found tunnels below the whatever they found them. But either way, it was in New York City. And what they were finding there was, not only just the tunnels, but things that they were finding down there. I mean, it's something that they probably don't want to talk about.
Right.
It was pretty nasty if you saw any of the pictures or videos.
And they're directing all our attention to the southern border. And what you don't hear much about anymore is, are they securing our East Coast, West Coast ports? We're at the Gulf down there. Right? What's coming in on shipping containers? Is there, anything that we should be concerned about? Are they keeping up with that? Have they hired securing all the stuff coming in and out from ships and stuff?
Yeah, are they doing their job as far as making sure that that product that's coming in is actually safe to be in our country?
That's right. Well, who knows what's coming in? Could be bombs or something. I hope they're keeping up with that. You don't hear nothing about it no more. It's all down there, the southern border.
Yep.
I mean, container ships. If you're going to bring something in, that's how you're bringing it in.
And look at the reports coming out about having Russia and China submarines just offshore. They're still in the international waters, but that's very, very close for a sub to be.
Right.
They could probably reach the center of the United States with their high technology missiles that they have, you know.
Well, as far as China and Russia, I truly believe that they're no different in this country, that there's good people and bad people in high places. And I think the same things. I'm one of them people that believe that, okay, China bad, Russia bad. Well, I'm one of them people that I'm not buying all that. I think there's good people in China, and then there's the ones that run the government. I think they're two different people, and I think there are people up there in China that are fighting for the same thing that we're fighting for, and I believe that's also happening in Russia.
Correct.
I really do. I mean, if you just look at what's going on in Ukraine and Russia, as far as what they represent, everyone thinks Russia's bad because that's what we've been told. But
Yeah, we've been told that since I was a kid in the late '60s. I remember hearing that on TV.
I'm not buying it. And if you listen to the Tucker interview with Putin the other night, I mean, that guy's he ain't talking like some crazy killing machine. He's talking like like he knows what he's talking about. Unlike Biden moving Mexico to where Egypt is. Because you heard that one, right?
Yeah. I know what you mean. Like with China versus CCP.
Right.
CCP bad, government China good.
Right.
It just depends on who you talk to and if they're going to believe what you have to say, you know.
Yeah, right. I don't know.
So this is a little clip from Glenn Beck. This is very interesting as well.
The Red Cross, Doctors Without Border, they are handing out maps. We have them handing out maps to people in Middle America and South America. They're handing them out with the train schedules, the stops where you'll be welcome, the maps, how to go, where to go to cross into the United States. The Red Cross, the United Nations, and Doctors Without Borders. Those are three that we can verify because we have the documentation. We have what they're handing out. This is an organized plot to collapse the United States. You know, the Red Cross, Doctors Without Border, they are handing out maps. We have them handing out.
How is this possible? We do not know this. But thanks to things like this coming about and someone who's respected like he is, we're finding more and more out. They do the research. I mean, I don't know if he's told anybody he's not suicidal, but we might want to get very animate about being sane.
Right.
Yeah, it's just nuts. I mean, hearing that they're helping them to get up here. Biden administration is doing everything they can to get the razor wire cut down in the southern section of the Texas border. That's an administration that does not care about us, and they definitely don't care about the southern bordering states.
That's for sure. Now that video I was telling you about earlier, kind of might be a good time to. I don't know what you have coming up, but it fits along what you just played.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead, sure.
Well, let's hope it'll play. This video, it's an interview. It's Tucker Carlson having an interview. I don't know if anyone's seen it, but if you haven't and had your chance to watch it, hopefully it plays, because obviously I've been having problems getting videos to play. But anyway, it's a whole new light on what's going on at the southern border. That as much research as I've done, or videos or news reports. I never really knew about this, and it's very eye-opening. And I think everyone should watch it now. It's about 18 minutes long, but if you want to watch it, I'll see if I can put it up.
Yeah, it works for me.
It's real interesting. It's something about the border that most people probably haven't seen yet. Let me see if I can get it up. See if I can find it. Hold on. See if I can find it. Here we go. You see it?
No. Oh, here it comes.
All right. I'm going to try to make it full screen here. I don't know why it won't. There it goes.
Want me to add it to the stage?
Yeah, please.
Understand this is happening to them right now. The United States of America is being invaded.
For the love of God, this is an invasion. Who is allowing this?
They invaded our privacy.
I think it's an invasion of the country.
In other words, it's ending. The country you grew up in no longer exists. Soon it will be unrecognizable. No one is fighting back. Few are even acknowledging it. And the people who lead us are letting it happen. Why are our leaders letting this happen? Well, to destroy the country and to change the demographics. Who lives here determines what the country's like. This country is changing faster than you may understand. Americans are being replaced. That's not a conspiracy theory, it's a fact. In August of 2023, illegal immigration outpaced American births, a brand new population. Last year alone, over 3 million people came here illegally just over our border. The media won't tell you it's happening, but if you look around, you can see it, and you can see it most clearly in our cities, which are collapsing. We elect people to protect us. That's what politicians are paid to do. But they've done the opposite. They've sold us out, and they've crushed what our ancestors did. Take a look at our cities. They're hellish, and immigration is the reason.
Hang on. Can you pause there for a second?
Shape even before Joe Biden opened the border.
Yeah.
Now, parts of it are basically uninhabitable. Even the socialist mayor.
What's up? Getting a warning?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Heads up, we're detecting a video in your stream belonging to someone else. Your stream may be temporarily blocked if you plan to continue.
Oh, wow. Here we go. How come everyone else can do it?
Exactly.
Unreal. We didn't even get not even close to the good part. He was just setting it up.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's all right. I'm going to change my my name to No YouTube Videos. Can't play No YouTube Videos. It's on YouTube. YouTube. Why can't we play it?
Yeah, it's you probably got it from YouTube, right?
It's a YouTube video.
Wow.
I see other people doing it. Oh, well. Anyhow, I'm not sure I can explain it to everyone because it's a lot of information.
Oh, got it.
But to make I'll try to narrow it down without saying anything because I don't want to. If you notice, every time I'm live here, I'm stuttering and pausing, and it's because I don't want to say something that's against the rules. So I have to rethink things. Well, that video goes into an interview, and the interview is talking about an area between South America and the United States, and where these people are coming in from different countries. And there's a designated area for people coming in from countries like the Middle East and China and different areas like that. And when they get down there, there's these camps. They're like made up towns, basically, where they all meet before they make this crazy trek through this like jungle area. Okay. and a lot of people die to get through that part. I don't want to say what it is and the name of it and where it's at, since we got that warning. Anyhow, people get injured there. They get robbed, raped, killed. It's that bad. The crazy thing about it is, down in these made up immigration cities or towns, it's like I said, there's American flags and UN flags, and they're providing water and bathrooms from our country. Our country.
Wow.
There's flags right there. UN flags, United States flags. They're helping these people before they set them off on this journey through this very treacherous, bad area. Before they get into, like, you know, below Mexico and them countries. It's I wish we could have played the video. Anyhow, all that, you would think that's not happening, but it's being funded by us, people like the UN and other organizations. And people are dying, or whatever. A lot of people don't make it through. It's jungles, it's treacherous, it's crazy where they have to go through. And the only reason why a lot of them from across the ocean are coming there is because they're allowing that certain area to take in people. Like, it's like a borderless section. So if you're coming in on a boat, you can get into that neighboring country because they're allowing that certain area that you don't have to worry about. Do you have a visa? Do you have this? Do you have identification? Blah, 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 blah. So you go to these little towns before you go to the next step to make the trip. So they're giving you food, water, blah, 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 whatever, to set you on your way. But once you get on that journey, there's no protection for you. It's a place where it's so dangerous, even like you could get killed by like animals. That's how bad it is. There's no road. It's kind of like just going through really bad terrain and trees and hills and rocks and just crazy stuff. And a lot of them don't make it. But it's being funded. That camp prior to that journey is being funded by our own government. So it's not the border. It's way before the border. Okay? That's not what they're not doing at the border. It's what they're doing before people even get to the border. Amazing. Right?
It is.
That's the thing of it. The interview would have went into it a little more clear and more informative as to the location, what it's called, and there would have been some pictures of the locations. And you got to understand too that these cities, what they call cities, it's made up cities. It's also surrounded by fencing and stuff. You can't go in there and talk to these people. Like if you're a reporter or something, you can't. They don't. It's militarized to the point where you're not allowed in if you're trying to report on it. So the only way the people did get any information about it, besides taking, you can't even take pictures of it, but they're covertly trying to take pictures and film things from outside the fence area. The only time they can speak to any of these immigrants that are supposedly coming in is when they're outside the fence at the local town, getting like something at the grocery, little, I don't know, it wouldn't be a grocery store as we know, but like a little shack or whatever, before they get into these encampments. That's when they can speak to some of the people. This one guy spoke to some of the Chinese people that were coming over, and they must have been told not to speak to any kind of like reporters or something. So they were like really hesitant to even say what they're doing there and why they're doing it and where they're going. But once they're in that fenced off area and patrolled area, it's almost like a a prison. Like it's a protect. If you think of a modern day prison, that's what it's like, where they house you and get you ready for this journey, and then I guess they process you somehow. I don't know what they're doing there to process people, all funded by our own government. And then they set you on your way. If you make it to the other side, you make it. If you don't, they don't care. So, like I said, they're getting robbed, they're getting killed, they're getting eaten by animals, they're getting raped. God knows what's happening to the children. All this is unseen and unknown. If you want to watch the video, it's you have to go to the, I guess, the new Tucker. Let me see if I can find out. It's called "Something Big Is About to Happen." That's what it's called. So just look it up. Tucker Carlson, "Something Big Is About to Happen." It's on YouTube and probably Rumble also. About 18 minutes long. Eye-opening. Yeah, big day. They stopped. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the heck's going on here.
I didn't, you were sleeping or you were freezed up.
Probably frozen. It's huh. Let's see.
They don't like what we're saying.
Try a different one. Okay.
Just move on.
Gotta do this one here. The Biden regime gave millions of COVID relief funds to undocumented aliens. The Biden regime sent billions to the illegal aliens who were not qualified for the payments due to their immigration status. A report by the Economic Policy Innovation Center discovered that $340 million from the coronavirus state and local fiscal recovery fund was given to programs that sent $1,000 checks to illegal aliens in Washington state. Federal COVID funds were used in Washington state to give $1,000 checks to illegal immigrants who were not qualified for federal economic impact payments during the pandemic because of their immigration status. The Economic Policy and Center revealed the expenditures that were distributed by the coronavirus state and local fiscal recovery fund were set up by the American Rescue Plan Act to help state and local governments respond to and recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. Altogether, the program gave $4.4 billion to Washington state. The group study, which calls for a similar federal government, talked about how $340 million was given to a program that sent $1,000 checks to people in the state who were there illegally. Constantly coming up with more things that have not either started with a fraudulent Biden administration or ends with a more of a left-wing state. And they do whatever they want with it, and it's not for the citizens of that state. Let's see if this is working again. No, still nothing there. Let's see. Now here is Dr. Phil arrives at the southern border, slams Biden after realizing true scale of the crisis. Famed talk show personality Dr. Phil McGraw traveled to the U.S. border with Mexico in Shelby Park and Eagles Pass, Texas, to see for himself the issues that has become the number one political issue in America, according to a number of recent polls. He was not impressed with what he saw there, according to a video of him apparently reading a prepared statement as well as a number of posts to his X account. In his statement, the former host of Dr. Phil said the officials with the state of Texas had seized over 454 million lethal doses of fentanyl during this border mission. Governor Abbott has said that the federal government has broken the pact between the United States federal government and the states. McGraw said, referring to the government of Texas, Governor Abbott says President Biden has refused to enforce those laws and has even violated them. The result is a humanitarian crisis unlike anything we've ever seen before. Let's see if I can bring this little clip up.
Texas law enforcement. Has seized over 454 million lethal doses of fentanyl during this border mission. Governor Abbott has said that the federal government has broken the pact between the United States federal government and the states. Governor Abbott says President Biden has refused to enforce those laws and has even violated them. The result is a humanitarian crisis unlike anything we've seen before, smashing records for illegal immigration by wasting taxpayer dollars to tear open Texas border security infrastructure. Governor Abbott says President Biden has enticed tens of thousands of illegal immigrants away from 28 legal entry points along the Texas border and into the dangerous and deadly waters of the Rio Grande. According to the Department of Homeland Security, since President Biden took office, more than 6 million illegal immigrants have crossed Texas' southern border in just 3 years. That's more than the population of 33 different states in this country. And what about our Vice President, Kamala Harris? Did you know she's our country's immigration czar? Guess how many times she's been to the border? Once.
Yeah, for a vice president that's supposed to be in charge of the situation.
What has she done?
Nothing. It's laughable.
Zero. I mean, she hasn't done anything. Not a single thing that I can recall.
Yeah. No, it's just nonstop, never ending with this administration about what they won't do to allow more immigrants to come in illegally. Like they say, most Americans would say, if you come across legally and do the right thing to become a citizen, fine. But how many things that are happening because of the type of individual coming across now is just mind-boggling. The amount of people that are getting killed, not only from just the drugs that are coming across.
Exactly.
That's why Trump says, hey, maybe there's a way that you have a quick trial. You put them up for trial, you quick trial, and you take care of them the way you take care of them. The same way. If they killed someone because of their drugs and they can prove it, maybe that same thing should happen to them.
Well, if you're driving a car, right, and you get in an accident and someone dies, you're responsible, right?
That's true.
So why not have the same type of law for dealers?
And why is everybody in an uproar when it's an illegal immigrant that is, with Trump saying what he said about, the death penalty,
Right.
with someone who takes out our citizens. There's not a lot of protest when it comes to someone who's on death row. It's Judgment Day.
Right. I mean, it's almost no difference than what they're trying to put in that bill, that 6981 bill. It's almost like most of the stuff in the bill is already illegal.
Yes.
It seems like they're trying to add on to it to cover good citizens in protecting themselves.
That makes
You know what I mean? So it's almost like if you get attacked or something bad happens to you, that you can't do anything about it. That's crazy.
Exactly.
That's just crazy. You can't protect yourself? That's nuts.
Yep.
It really
Same
is.
thing happened with New York State when you have a concealed carry pistol permit and you want to go to the store. You have to make sure that it's allowed by that store for you to walk through that store. That should be against our Second Amendment, and they finally reversed that with the Supreme Court ruling.
Yep.
I mean, I can understand I can't go into a school or a bank, but when it comes to parks, I understand, people's thinking is a park where kids play. Well, a New York State park is also up in the Adirondacks. And if you're someone who wants to go hiking and you don't want to get killed by a mountain lion, it's probably a good idea to have some kind of protection.
Right.
And they wanted to stop that. Well, they did. They stopped it for probably a good year before that was overturned by the Supreme Court. And now New York State, you go right in there. If you had, there was 3 levels of pistol permits. 1, you could only keep it at your home. That's all you could do with it for home protection. 2 was a sportsman. You could use it for hunting. You could go target practicing. Very, very few things. And you had to have it locked in a lockbox on the way to the range. You had to have your ammunition in a different lock container. And you had to have it so it was secure to your vehicle. There was a lot of stipulations there. Now, everybody who you have to go down and get it converted over, but you can get a concealed carry and you can go pretty much where you should have been able to go. There are certain limits, but it's not as strict as it was before. Where before, if it was New York State property, you couldn't go. Well, isn't all the city streets New York State property when you think about it?
Right. The bad guys have no regulations, right?
Yeah, true.
Is there a separate line for them to go in and get their permit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on. If you're just trying to defend your family or yourself or your personal property, and you have your hands tied, but the criminal or bad guy or murderer can do what they want, and you have to worry about regulations. Does that make any sense? Come on.
No, it doesn't, because that's what it is. It's regulating the U.S. citizen. It's
Right.
not regulating the criminals, because there was already laws for that.
You have seconds to react in your situation if someone's trying to harm you or your family. Seconds.
Exactly. Sorry to get off topic there, but I thought it was.
It's on topic. You think about it. I mean, it's still on topic. And by the way, in the private chat, I sent you the link to that YouTube video, so you can put it in your description if one of your followers want to easily find it. And I
All
also emailed it to you.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate your help.
Lemon water, man, it's good for you. Drink it up. It is. I've been hooked on lemon water for over about 8 months now.
You put anything into it for
No,
a sweetener?
No sugar at all.
No kidding.
Straight lemon water. It's amazing.
Yeah, they talk a lot of benefits about that too.
Yeah. It's good too. I thought, oh man, am I going to handle it without any sugar?
I guess you get used to anything.
I love it. Yeah, I can't stop. I put a big gallon. I get a whole bag of lemons, chop them up, squeeze them out, throw everything into the. I have a wide mouth, big gallon thing though.
Nice.
I put everything in there and fill it up with some spring water, and it's really good.
I can't remember what the benefits from it, but I heard there's a lot of.
It's got a lot of good benefits. People can helps pH your body and stuff like that. It helps detoxation. Helps you like liver and kidneys to detox heavy metals and parasites if you're on, if you're doing that thing.
Yeah, with everything the FDA allows in our bodies, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, that's good. Throw that in there.
Anything you want to add, John?
Well, I'm half afraid to throw anything in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I already closed everything up. There was something. I don't know if I can get to it. Let me just see if I can get to it. But I probably can't now because I closed everything up. I want to see if I can get to. If it's in
While
here,
you're doing that, I'll make a little statement. So anybody interested in sitting in on being a guest on the show, just send me a link or an email. You'll find it in the description. If you're interested in sitting in, and also if you just want to send an email and you want to have me look into a certain topic, I appreciate it. If you want to help out the show in any way, you can do so as well. The different topics obviously would have to follow the YouTube requirements and also regulations. You'd have to pop out for a second, John?
No, actually, I closed the wrong tab.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have no more. I can't get it up where I can't find where.
Okay, that's no problem.
It was just like it was a picture anyhow, and what it was, since we're getting close to tax time, I could just describe it to you. These all. It's a picture of the southern border and everyone coming across, and underneath it says, "It's tax time, and if you want to file your dependents," and it just shows a picture of them coming over the border.
Oh, got it. That's funny.
Get it? So I thought it was funny. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, so make sure you keep your job and you can do whatever you can because they need your money.
That's right, man. Go stay home, man. Don't take a break. Work double time, triple time, whatever you gotta do, because
Yeah, see if you can get a second job.
Yeah, get a second job, get a third job, because them big buses cost a lot of money. The 70% of the hotels and motels in New York are taken up by immigrants.
20 years ago, if you thought about this, what's going on right now, you'd be like, you're crazy.
Exactly.
You're a conspiracy theorist.
Unreal. I don't know. I just don't see how this is sustainable. How can we keep doing it? How could nothing happen? Something's got to give. Something's got to break. Something's got to change this situation.
I can tell you what's going to break is The stock market's got to be is starting to show some weakening, and we got the banks already talking about it. The same bank that took over some of the banks that failed.
Right.
They've lost billions of dollars in the fourth quarter.
You're thinking, how could banks lose that kind of money? Where'd it go?
Yeah, it's people like us that hear about, hey, there's a problem with the economy. What do we do? Well, do we want to keep our money into a bank when they talk about trillions and trillions of dollars that would have to be paid out if many of these banks go down?
Right.
And there's only billions of dollars from the FDIC that's going to be able to cover those.
Right.
You're covered up to 250,000, but only so many people are going to actually be benefited from that because there's only so much money to go around. The FDIC, they won't talk about this.
Right.
They won't tell you that, hey, this is what's going to happen. And sorry for your bad luck, but many of you will not have any money.
Scary thought. Scary thought. So you won't have no money. Can't defend yourself.
No. So the banks are failing because people are actually listening and they're taking their money out. I know I did. I keep money there only to pay the bills.
That's it. Something's got to give. What that something is, when, I don't know.
When I have extra money, I convert it to silver because silver is going to be something that might keep my family going if something happens. Because if the U.S. dollar becomes zero, which it's very close now, don't take my word for it. Go on to the government websites. You can find this information just like I did.
You're putting a little sack together for your immigrant dependents?
Yep, I want to make sure they're taken care of.
Okay, so you're putting a little bit of that silver and gold and all that currency. You're putting a little bag for them, right?
Yeah, I put them out to the curb so they can stop by and grab it. They don't have to knock on the door.
When the tax man comes around and says, "Where's that little bag at? I know you got it. We need it."
Yeah.
It's funny. You got to laugh at it, but man, it's the truth. Something ain't right, man.
I got to talk to my tax guy and see if he's going to be able to write that off for me.
Yeah, right. Sure.
Probably without a receipt proving that where that silver went or gold went, that I'm probably screwed.
Yeah. Well, I heard they're sending a bus up in front of your house.
Yeah.
You keep telling everyone, and big bus is coming in up there for you. Hope you got plenty of room for tents.
Yeah. You got a big backyard? We're going to take it over.
Yeah.
They're going to use your bathroom, though. Every once in a while, they got to stop in and take care of bathroom.
Yeah, of course.
Bathroom breaks.
Oh, my God. We care about people. We don't want people. I care for them people, too. I mean, really.
It's the ones that they're here for.
Right. That's what I'm.
Things,
That's what I'm trying to be clear on. I mean, I understand people coming from other countries that are, for whatever reason.
Yeah, our government lied to them. Here's a map how to get there, and this is the best route, and the best people are going to help you. And they get here and they find out it's not the case. Right. Some people are taken care of very well, but not all the immigrants coming through are taken care of.
And some of them people are actually meeting legitimate families that are here, and they're trying to live the American dream. I truly believe that. Getting a job, and someone said, maybe a family member is already here or already a citizen. I understand that, and that's fine. If you're trying to make a life for yourself, if you're trying to come over here and cause trouble and just live off the fat of the land, we don't want you.
Exactly. All right, John, I do appreciate you stopping in again.
Well, thanks for having me.
And if you got a topic as well, we can look up and see if we can come up with something for another time as well,
Mm-hmm.
No idea until I start researching for the next one is where to go. So if you got any ideas, just let me know.
I will.
Well, thank you again. I appreciate it. And thank you everybody else who stopped in, and hopefully we can start getting more and more people in with the recorded show that will be up probably within the next couple of hours. And
Thumbs up and share his videos. Thumbs up and share the video.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all.
Yeah. And check it. Make sure they don't shut it off.
Yeah, check it now and again to make sure you're still active follower. You know.
My goodness.
You want to hang out for a few seconds, John?
Sure will.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Take care, everyone.
Have a great rest of your weekend. Go 49ers.
No way.